So isn't it human nature that if someone feels attacked, there's two different ways to go. You feel flight or fight, right? And it's very difficult to control that outcome after somebody sees something that maybe somebody didn't want them to see, right? So on one end of the spectrum, I understand what you're saying, that let's air it out, right? We have to do it. It's radical candor, right? But on the other aspect, or on the other side of things, there is a very human element to cracking into that and becoming radical candor that you have to overcome. And I just want to know, how do you overcome that? How do you overcome something like that? Because airing everything out, regardless of what we say, you know, in terms of radical candor and saying, like, getting it out there, like, you're going to get reactions that aren't harmonious, right? You're going to get reactions that way.
So the question is, what do you value? Okay? Do you value appearing like you're doing a good job? Do you value being respected? Okay? Or do you value growing, learning, and achieving great results and building meaningful relationships? Okay? And so what we're talking about here is, in most companies, people have two jobs. Their job and manipulating what people think that they're doing, right? Or not even manipulating, but controlling people's perceptions of how they do their job. And so what I'm saying here is that you don't work for me, you don't work for ops, you don't work for Princeton Mortgage, you don't work for sales. We all work for the mission. Okay? So then the question becomes, the choice is, it's okay to get things wrong here. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have weaknesses. I've got a ton of them, right? And once you start to be open about it and you're okay to have certain weaknesses, it's not as threatening anymore to get things wrong, right? And so the question is, do you care about being right, or do you care about getting to the right decision and having the best outcome? And so I think it's really important that this radical candor piece requires us to be more focused on getting to the right outcome than individually being right. You'll hear from me sometimes like, I got that wrong. I'm trying to signal to the team, it's okay, right? And hopefully we don't get the same thing wrong every time, but like, is anybody in the room perfect?
Right.
Does everybody have probably about as many weaknesses as they have strengths, right? So it's building a team of complementary strengths and weaknesses and helping people gravitate toward their strengths in there. So it gets back to this other question, and this is a thought experiment that's been done. So anybody, if you've done this, please withhold the answer, but any soccer players in the room?
Yes.
Jim Guggenheim?
Josh on the phone.
Josh on the phone. All right. What is the job of a goalie?
Stop the ball from going in.
Stop the ball from going in the goal. What else? Colleen?
Yeah.
Stop the ball. What else? What's the job of the goalie?
Direct defense.
Direct the defense. Okay, good. Yeah, a little bit more of a bigger role there. What else?
You've asked that question before.
Then don't tell the answer. Okay. So that's the answers that everybody gives, right? Myself included. But the real answer is, the job of the goalie is to win the game. The job of the goalie is to win the game. It's the same as everybody else on the field, right? And so as soon as you get the goalie saying my job's this, and the forward saying my job's this, and the left defender saying my job's this, you can't win. Okay? You can only win if everybody's saying my job is to win the game. And so how do we bring sales and ops together to bring it all the way back to your question? I am my father's son, so I can't help just talking. It's not about the ops team. It's not about the sales team. It's not about management. It's not about any of that. It's about all of us doing whatever it takes to win the game. And that's the magic of working in a place like this, where it's mission focused and focused on the development of each person becoming the best version of themselves, where you're allowed to have weaknesses, you're allowed to have mistakes, you're allowed to get it wrong, as long as collectively we're all working to win the game, right? And so when I approach a situation, the proverbial, and it happens all the time, sales versus ops, as long as I know that each of the people on those teams really has the best intentions for the company, right? And in our company right now, they do, then I have no concern about what the outcome of any conflict will be, because everybody's working toward the same mission.
Okay.